Hello and a very good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Mosby. If you're tuning in for the first time today, a very warm welcome to you. If you're tuning in for the third time, then welcome back. It's our all new schedule, of course. We're bringing you more shows right throughout the next few weeks. And do you know what? If it goes well, maybe this is the way of things, the way forward for Crafters TV. But certainly, we're enjoying bringing you all of these extra shows. And my guest and I were just saying how quickly the little hour break goes in between. And the thing is, you have to come prepared, bring in all your food. I've got the biggest water bottle you've ever seen to see me through over the course of the day today. Not just your standard, no, jumbo sized. And it's even got little messages on there telling me to keep going. You're doing a great job. Keep presenting well. You are great. It's great. Anyway, we have got lots coming up for you and creative cravings for the next 2 hours. This is brilliant actually, because this is one of those shows where we kind of take things back to basics just a little bit. We bring you loads of hints and tips and demonstrations, but if you're someone who's quite new to crafting, maybe you've just started over the Christmas period, maybe during lockdown, we've had loads of people over the course of the last few days saying they just found us because they want to be kind of taking up something new during lockdown. If you're one of those people and you want hints and tips, you have come to the right place, because that's what Creative Cravings is all about. We've got some amazing products to bring to you and loads of hints and tips as well, and a brilliant person to demonstrate them to. One of my absolute faves, the lovely Jan is here, and we're all about the alphabet. No, I don't. I only save it for my favourites, Jan. I only save it for my faves.
Honestly, that hour just disappeared, didn't it? We've been busy getting everything cleared away and set up again. But yeah, absolutely thrilled to be back. And alphabets as well, which is the focus of this afternoon's show. So useful in so many ways. So yes, we're hopefully, we've got some beginner crafters joining us. So I'm going to show you the basics of how to cut the alphabets. But I know there's still a lot of our regular crafters joining us as well, even though we tend to sort of cater for the beginner on Creative Craving. So welcome everybody, and literally can't wait to get started with what we've got to show you this afternoon.
Well, let's do a few quick hellos. Rosalind says, back for round 2, loving all these additional shows. This is round 3, isn't it? Really? Yeah, where were you for round 1? Seriously, I wasn't here for round 1, so don't worry. Tony says, good morning. Hi, Tony. Lil J Craft says, hi again from North Yorkshire. Katie's here. Teresa's back. Gillian says, good afternoon, everybody from foggy Yorkshire. Suzette says, hello again, everyone. Mary Pat says, hello, everyone from Montana. And Evelyn, hello from beautiful Colorado. Lynn's back as well. Good afternoon again. Ben, Jan, the CTV team, and everyone. Get your comments in, get your questions in. Usual places, Facebook and YouTube, anything that you want to see, anything that you want to ask as well, and questions as basic as you want to ask, all right? Don't be afraid to kind of stick your hand up and go, don't understand, what do you mean by this, what do you mean by that? We had questions earlier on, things like, you talk about weight of cast-off, what does that mean? We'll go right back to basics for you. If you're brand new, ask those questions and we'll get them answered for you. And also, you're going to see lots of products on the show that you may well have seen before. If you are one of those people who's managed to get your hands on these products and you've already made beautiful cards or home decor, we would love to see what you've been crafting, because one of my favourite things to do is to have a nose. I love to see what you've been up to. So if you've worked with any of the products that we're bringing you over the course of this show, send in your cards, your projects to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, take a picture, and we'll share those with everybody else watching over the course of the next couple of hours, because that's what it is all about. And like Jan says, this show is all about your alphabet. I just think to have alphabets when it comes to craft is just hugely important, because you've got the ability then to be able to personalise all of your projects, whether it be cards or whether it be home decor pieces as well. And we've got the most amazing piece of home decor to show you very shortly indeed, but I just wanted to quickly take you through the collection. I know Jan's got some finished samples to show you as well, but it's a great system is this, because you've got all of your uppercase dies, and what this allows you to do is it will cut out your background for you as well. So you can see here that it will cut out your background, whatever colour you choose it to be, and then you've got your focal point of your letter with these absolutely gorgeous butterflies that, as you can see, you can manipulate the wings as well to kind of stand out, to give all of your cards, home decor pieces, just that little bit of added extra. I think it's such a cool idea. And the great thing about this is you get the corresponding stamps to be able to stamp over those butterflies as well, should you want to be able to do that. So you've got all of the letters of the alphabet in your capitals, plus your and as well. What's the word for that again?
Ampersand.
Thank you, ampersand. There's me, plus your and. It's been a long day. Then you've got all of your lower cases as well. Again, same sort of system here. Love it. It's like we were showing you a little bit earlier on. Having that background, having that sort of cut out really does help the letters to sort of stand off the page. These glorious butterflies, again, that you can manipulate the wings to stand out off the project. And of course, the corresponding stamps to work with those as well. And then we've got your numbers included too. So again, you think about being totally, personalising a card with the recipient's name, being able to, basically put on their number as well. You see cards with 18, 21, 40, 50, don't you? But what happens if you want to make a card for somebody who's, I don't know, 23, like I am? Well, then you, don't laugh, Jan. Then you've got the ability to be able to do that with this collection. Now, as I say, you get all of these. So you get all of the stamps, dies rather, uppercase and lowercase. You get all of the numbers as well. The numbers only available within this bundle. And then you'll get a couple of stamp sets as well, which give you the ability to stamp these butterflies. And there's more with those too, which we'll look into in just a bit. What I want to tell you though, is that the whole collection is a $26.95 saving, or $41.95. It's around £100 or $125. If you're a platinum member, that comes down to £80 or $100. So yeah, deals to be had all over. And again, Jan, I think you touched on it earlier on, having alphabets within your crafty stash just allow you to go pretty much wherever you want to go, don't they?
It does, like we said, personalisation. And it's sort of like, I know it used to be really frustrating when my girls were little, because my eldest daughter's called Vanessa, right, which is a bit more of an unusual name. Yeah. And when you go into shops and there's all the, your Johns and your Pauls and your Peters and your Janes and I was going to say common, more popular names.
Yes.
All right. More popular names is probably a better way of saying it. But yeah, those different names are not as easy to come by. But when you've got a set of alphabets in your collection, you can literally personalise whatever you want. So, you can put any name on there, like Ben's just said, any. And I was thinking that in my demo, to be honest, Ben, I've gone for a number that's not a typical, what I call a 0 birthday or an 18th or a 25th. I've gone for a number that I'd like to be, Ben. You're on the same wavelength as me, so sure, I'll keep you that a secret later. Yeah, I picked a number out and I thought, oh yeah, I'd like to be that again. So and it was reasonable. It wasn't 19 or anything like that. So yes, that's coming up later on. But yeah, I've got some samples. Do you want me to do samples?
Yeah, we'll have a quick look at some of those.
I picked this one out because I just thought I love this. Hugs to everybody out there. We love you all, honestly. Oops. So yeah, I'm sending hugs out there to everybody. But this, if we get close up on this, can you see the glitter touch on it? I just think it's really, really pretty. Even the little butterflies that have been stamped in there with the wings free, I've got that little added bit of glitter. And all these little wings lift up so that you can get some dimension going on there, look, as well. Really, really pretty. The stamps, the flowers and the foliage here are part of the stamp sets that Ben mentioned. We'll have a look at those in a little while. But again, talking about personalisation, if you've got children, grandchildren, the number of their birthday, their name on there. Just think, I think Ruby, whoever Ruby is, that's 6-year-old, she would love that.
Absolutely.
Especially all done in pink as well, wouldn't she? Absolutely gorgeous. But again, going to different ideas, new baby cards. Absolutely beautiful.
I love that.
Change it to blues. Typically, you've got a baby boy. You could do mint green if you're sort of not sure on the gender of the baby. Lemons, really, really pretty. Why not get involved with your inks? Look really dramatic.
Fantastic.
And again, those harlequins in the background there, those little diamonds. Those are one of the stamp sets that we've got coming up as that sort of not included, but part of this range. So yeah, hi there to everybody. Again, this is close to the number I picked, not quite. It's a bit more than that, but a bit more. Yeah, I thought I'd be realistic, Ben. But
I would have thought that would be about the number, Jan. So we're probably a bit lower.
Probably nearer turning it round than that one. I think. I don't know. But yeah, just to say hello to everybody, you know, like we were talking earlier, if you joined us on the earlier show, we were saying, you know, lots of people that are home on their own during this big pandemic, and, you know, just a nice little card to pop through the letterbox just to say hello, that you're thinking about somebody. And again, you know, traditionally happy birthday cards, we all use them. But a really, really nice alphabet and simple to use. You'd be surprised if you haven't seen this demoed before. You'd be surprised at how easy it is to just literally pop these through your die cutting machines, little bit of stamping, and hey presto, you can spell whatever you want to spell and add whatever number you want to add to it.
Absolutely, and if you're loving some of the detailing in the background of some of those cards, like the little harlequin effect there that Jan was talking about, you get those stamps as well within this collection. So within the stamp set, you've got the ability to stamp over the butterflies that you get with the die cut. Then you can see there the gorgeous flower that we saw in that first card. Get some beautiful little patterns. There's that sort of harlequin effect that you've got there as well. And then the second stamp set, again, you've got that sort of wash, you've got the honeycomb effect going on there, and more butterflies to add as well. So 7 stamps there, 8 stamps, 15 stamps to go with all of the dies. And just to give you a bit of a taster as well, because we talked about home decor ideas, I stole this from Craig's house. No, I didn't really. Obviously, we're not allowed to do that. But he was very kind in... yeah, Ben, you're not allowed to steal at any time. There's me going, you're not allowed to steal during lockdown. And you're allowed to steal at any time. It's against the law, Ben. But this is a piece that Craig made. And no word of a lie, this normally hangs on his wall in his house. But it just shows you again how effective a collection like this can be, and how it's not just all about using this for your card products, for home decor as well. And Jan and I were talking before the show. I was saying, you know what, you could go into a store and expect to pay good money for something like that, couldn't you? You
would, yeah. It's, you know, and I mean, you could use that. It doesn't have to be home either, you know. I'm just thinking of lots of 4-letter words that would actually create that. Even if it was a 3-letter word, you could still put sort of just a butterfly on the 4th one, or a sentiment on the 4th one. There's so many different permutations of that. But yeah, what a terrific, I'm going back to Valentine's Day again, Ben.
Yeah.
Love.
Love.
Spell the word love. What a terrific Valentine's Day present that would be, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great. And again, you can pick up these frames fairly cheaply. Yeah. You can put something together like this. Again, as a gift for Valentine's Day, make your card and then have a matching picture like this to go with it. I think is just brilliant. That's kind of a starting point for you. £100 or $125 for the collection, which you will just come back to time and time and time again. Again, it's one of those kits that you'll always use. You'll always need to be able to personalise with an alphabet. You'll always need numbers within your makes as well. Why not go for a collection which gives you that kind of added extra? I love the butterflies. £100, $125 is the deal on that collection. We'll see that in action very shortly indeed. Now, continuing with the alphabets, the left fold alphabet is the next collection that we've got for you on Creative Cravings today. Again, this is all about personalisation. This is all about allowing you to kind of, spell out those names, to be able to create those beautiful cards. And this one, again, very different for the fact that it gives you that little left fold cut, as it were. So you've got the ability to be able to pop out your letter or your numbers as well, in this case, from your particular card, and then add a different colour of cardstock underneath. So whether you wanted to use a bit of mirror card or your glitter cardstock, whatever it might be, just a very different take on the alphabet again, not just your standard letters that you're going to pop there, that really cool left fold effect. And just to make it even more usable for you, we've even popped in the numbers once again as well with your ampersand. Yes. So all of that included, 93 elements in total, £59 or $70 is the deal on that one. You've also got, which I'll show you in just a second, some stamp and die sets as well. I'll get those in just a sec for you. But let's just have a look at some finished samples. This is one of my absolute faves. This number plate is so cool.
I've just picked this one out, Ben. I'll come back to some of the others later when we demo. But this, I think this really caught my eye. And I just think what a sort of creative way of using an alphabet for a card. You know, it is actually a card. You know, you could put your greeting inside. side. But the idea of this one is that it lifts to reveal another colour underneath. If you raise the front part and put it on foam tape and laid acetate behind your numbers, you could very easily make it into a shaker element as well.
Yes.
But I just love this. When I looked through the samples, I just thought, what a really good creative, you know, you could actually convert that to pretty much anything with those alphabets. Yeah, and a really sort of different way of using it other than your everyday card. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. And not just, of course, the letters and the numbers you're going to get, but also you get these really cool stamp and die sets included within this collection as well. So it kind of takes the whole collection even further for you. So this one here is your heartfelt wishes. So 30 items in total. So you've got the beautiful stamps. It's hearts and flowers and beautiful sentiments. And then you've got the corresponding dies to go with those stamps. And then this one is really cool as well. This is your joyful birthday. So once again, 26 elements within the collection. You've got loads of stamps and dies in there, and the dies corresponding to the stamps. So again, this is all about parties. It's balloons, it's cakes, it's bunting, and we love the fact that you've got the ability to have the dies to cut out your stamps with that as well. £59 or $70 for that whole collection. It's all about personalisation today with the alphabet and with those numbers as well, if you want to go for that. Details on your screen there. Next up, it's time to show you the Hero Tool.
Da, da, da.
Thank you, Jan. That's great. I like that.
Was it?
It wasn't even rehearsed or
A bit
anything.
impromptu, that, wasn't it?
Hey, it was good. Now, this is your Hero Tool. The price on this today is ridiculous. The Gemini die brush tool and replacement heads collection. It's normally $9.99, $15.90, £6.50 or $11.50. You're saving over 25%. This is super handy to have for those, I suppose, more intricate dies, really, isn't it? When you're trying to get all the bits and pieces out, this is where this comes into effect for you. Love the fact as well that we're giving you replacement heads with this as well. So 3 of those. I can't imagine you need to use those any time quite
I
soon.
think they would last quite a while. Yeah, if you look after it, lasts quite a while. It's great for sort of taking the pieces out of your die cut.
Yes.
It's also great for getting the pieces out of the actual metal die as well. So
Absolutely.
it works with both of them. Yeah, but I've not changed the head in mine yet, and I've had mine quite a while. So
Well,
yeah, I think that would set you up for quite a good amount of time with the spare ones.
Yeah, so it's 4 in total. And you know what they
Yeah.
say? 4 heads are better than 1. Isn't that?
Always.
Something like that, anyway. £6.50 or $11.50, less your 20%. That works out at a bonkers price. £5.20 or $9.20. That is why that is your Hero Tool.
Da, da, da.
Next up, you can tell it's been a long day. Let's talk about balloons.
Oh,
yes,
losing
these are a lot of fun. The Gemini Balloon Stamp and Die Collection. Again, this is letters and numbers. 98 elements in total. Again, so do you know what? If you are a bit fun-loving, if you've got kids particularly, they're going to love these. Absolutely, they will. All the letters of the alphabet and your numbers there in that balloon style, as I say. 98 elements in total, £34 or $55. That's a heck of a buy for that collection today. If you want to grab it, saving $15.98 or $24.90. Again, less your 20% if you're a platinum member. Comes down even further, $27.20 or $44. I'll show you that in the studio in just a little while. We've also got the Sentiment Collection too with the balloons. So you've got kind of words already made with this collection. Words like love and birthday and friend and happy and baby and thanks and congrats. And you get the actual stamp with the die, so you can cut out the main word. So congrats, for example, and then alongside that, you've got other stamps to make up your sentiment. So with the thanks, you get thanks for your kindness, thanks, you're the best, many thanks, thanks a bunch. We'll have a look at those in full detail in just a bit. You do get as well with that collection a really gorgeous 12 by 12 paper pad as well. The designs on that are absolutely brilliant. As I say, we'll have a good flick through that a little bit later. But for now, £69 or $95, saving $27.90 or $26.50. 50 on that. Keep the comments coming in. Any questions as well? Loads of lovely comments already. And who was it earlier? I think it was Sarah from Australia saying, you feel like you're a teacher, you know, reading out the register at the start of a show and you say hello. Cheryl says, roll call here. That's Cheryl Hazlitt Schlitz on Facebook saying, hello again, Jan and Ben from Niagara Falls, New York. Good, Cheryl. Nice to know you're here. Tony J on YouTube says, first time for me. Well, welcome. Hopefully,
yes.
hopefully you're enjoying
the team.
The
good morning. Family.
That's it. Join the family.
Yeah.
Aisha says, good morning again, everyone. Checking in from NJ, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
For the second time today, ready to learn from Jan. And Sandra saying on YouTube, I have the alphabet with butterflies. They are amazing. Sandra, let me put this to you. Can you be the first person to send in some pictures today, please? studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. That's your job. Be the first to send in pictures of your makes, and then hopefully we'll get lots more in as well. If that is you, if you've made anything with any of the goodies we've already shown you, send in those pictures to this address and we will show the rest of the world. Right, let's get started with some demos. We're starting off with the butterfly alphabet, aren't we?
We are starting off with the butterflies, yes. So again, you know, it's like we've put on different types of alphabets for you today so that you can choose, you know, which one you like, which one you think would fit with your crafting. I know some of you will have got all of them. Some of you might want to buy all of them. And I get that. As a crafter, I get that. But we thought we'd start with the butterflies. And what I want to do today is show you how the die works in conjunction with the stamps, and then I will put it together as a finished project so that you can see how to use it on a card.
Yeah.
So we've got the uppercase, so you've got a full alphabet of uppercase, which look, you know, and they are a good size, these, you know, this is half of it. We've actually got 2 whole sheets there to fit the whole alphabet on. I can't even fit them on the screen, look, there's that many.
When you get chance, Tony's actually asked, what is the size of the letters?
It should tell us that on there. Let's have a little look. The uppercase ones, we're looking at approximately 3 inches by just over 2.
Okay.
Now, obviously, some letters take up more space than others, so I would think that'll be the biggest measurement, because things like H is going to take up a lot more space than an I.
Yeah.
So I would think that'll be the largest of the ones there. So that's the uppercase. And then we get the same again with the lowercase alphabet. So if we just move those to one side, again, 2 full sheets of dies. And don't forget, these are actually 2-part dies. So if I take this off, you've got the matte and layer die, and then you've got the actual alphabet letter to work in conjunction with each other. And then we've got those extra stamped elements, if you wish, which I'm going to show you how those work as well with the elements on the die. So what I thought we'd do is mix and match today. So I'm going to use some elements out of the lowercase and some out of the uppercase. And I'm just going to cut one for you to show you how it works. And I'm going to pick that letter H out. So I'm going to take the actual matte and layer and the letter itself. So we've got the outside layer here. So if you think this is upside down, we need to turn it over. We've got the H with the butterfly to the left-hand side, and then we've got the actual letter. Now, they can be used alone. You could do all your alphabets just in the block mat, or you could do all your alphabets just in this one, or you can combine the two, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So I've just got some little scraps of bits that I've used for my cardstock, and this particular one, the peachy tone one, is out of one of the paper pads that we've got coming up later on, Ben. So it's a lovely pearlised double-sided paper. So I've used that on my card design, and this is just a scrap that's left. So I want to cut the black mat, and again, we were talking about this earlier in not being afraid to use black in your cards. It is quite striking. So I'm going to cut the black mat for the base layer, and then I want to cut the H out of the coloured one, and then I'm going to recut it out of the white as well and explain why I'm doing that. Now, because we're cutting them out of little scraps, I am going to stick them down because I have a habit of winging it, and then when I take them out, I've got half a letter because it's
wing it on the channel, Jan. Remember
No,
that?
I mean when I'm at home.
Oh, right,
I sort of think, I'll not tape it down, I'll put it through, and the die slipped, and I end up with half a letter. So, yeah, do as I do, not as I say, sort of thing. Or is
I've never ever
heard. Do as I say, not as I do. That's
never ever heard the phrase within these 4 walls of anyone going, "Let's just wing it." I've never heard anyone say that.
Honestly,
here.
no, I do that at home. Look, it's trying to slide out already. Look. Honestly. So again, just a thin metal die. We've got our normal sandwich of plates there. If you use, they will go through any of your machines, and they are small enough to go right down to the mini as well. I've got my Gemini Junior.
Yes.
When I'm doing these at home, when I'm prepping, I often just have my little mini sat on the desk. They go through there great. Another plus for that is that they're great to use with the kiddies. So if you don't want them using an electronic machine, the mini, the MIDI, they will fit through there as well. So all the letters will go through there. So what we've got now then, we'll just take these off. We've got the matte, which is going to be my background layer there. So let's just get rid of that one because I finished with that one. And then I just want to pop that letter through once more because I want a white one as well. So let's just take that one off there. And we've got our peachy tone, which is the letter. I'll leave that on there. Oh, it's still there. I was going to say I've lost a bit. We'll just use the little release holes to take that out. And that one just sits perfectly. All the work's been done for you. That is just going to mat and layer. Oops, turn it the right way, John. There we go.
There you go.
Just perfect with that border around it. And essentially that's how they work. They all work the same. So I'm just quickly going to pop this through again because I want the letter again to stamp on. I'm going to show you how those stamps work. So just quickly pop that through the machine again.
I'll catch up on a few comments coming in.
Yeah.
Jean Marie Penny on Facebook. I'll keep this quiet, but because apparently hubby's home. Jean Marie says, I ordered mine this morning. Shh, hubby's home. It's our secret. Diane says, hello Ben and Jan from Tennessee. Jan, congratulations to your daughter on her books. Enjoyed hearing about that this morning. I caught a bit of that. Didn't realise that you're doing self-publishing, isn't she, at the minute?
She is, yes. She's just messaged me actually to say that she's had an order.
Oh, wow.
So if that's one of you viewers, thank you so much.
Are you taking commission?
I'm not, no, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, if it is one of you viewers out there, if it's one of our lovely family from Crafter's Companion, thank you so much.
Let us know if
it
it's
might just be a coincidence, but I have a sneaky feeling that's come from this morning on air, which is fabulous. She's messaged me, she was like, she was over the moon, bless her. Fantastic. Right, so I've now actually got 3 elements. I'm going to come back to the white one here. So what I'm going to do is stick the peach one onto my mat. So again, I'm just going to use a little bit of tacky glue here to pop this down. Now it's up to you whether you stick the wings down on this layer because I'm going to add another layer. So for purposes here, there's a bit of that missing, isn't there? Even though I actually stuck it down, I've still managed to get a bit missing, I think.
What's that of the...
Oh no, maybe not. It's the butterfly at the bottom. It looked as if there was a bit missing. We'll have a look. We'll find out in a minute.
Yeah.
So that one's going to go... Oh no, I think it's okay.
All right. Yeah.
It looked as if there was the bottom part of the H missing, but I think it's because it's under the butterfly there. Need a little bit of glue under that bit because I want this to be totally stuck. And then I'm going to create another butterfly to go over the top. And then what I've done ahead of time is I've just cut another black one because I want it to be a little bit more substantial than what it is at the minute. So I'm just going to layer them up. This is exactly the same size as the first one I cut. It's just providing a bit of substance to it because when I designed the card, I've got part of it hanging over the edge of the card. So I just wanted it to be a little bit more robust. So I'm literally going to just stick that on top of each other. They line up perfectly because they're die cut. And that is essentially as simple as it gets.
Yeah.
You know, that was easy. Anybody could have a go at that. Even the kiddies could die cut those. Choose the favourite colours. You could do a rainbow of colours and you've got that one there ready. So what I'm going to do is pop that to one side and come back to my white one. And what I need to do is find the stamp set that coordinates with these. So you get 2 stamp sets if you choose the stamp collection. And they've got elements in here to create backgrounds. You might recognise some of these designs from the samples that I showed you earlier. But you've also got the little butterflies in here. Now, one of them's slightly larger, which matches the uppercase alphabet, and the other ones are just graded down a wee bit smaller to match the lowercase. So it's all been thought out. So we need this one out of here, which is the slightly larger one. And I'm going to go for this one because I've got some of them already prepped for you. And what we want to do, I'm going to bring in my stamping platform again so that I can line these up.
Okay.
And what I like to do is just pop a little tiny bit. I'm going to use my dotty tape pen. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit on the back of there so that I can stick it in place on my mat there, all right? And then that allows you to line up your butterfly. So what I'm going to do is stamp on the butterfly and then snip the letter away. I just want the butterfly part.
Oh, okay.
So literally line this up over the top where you want it to be. Just see over the top there. Apologies if you can see my head.
No, we can't.
Are we good?
No, we're all good. All new cameras.
Excellent. And then
No
literally
headshots.
pick that up with your stamping platform. So you know that's going to be in the right place now. And then a little bit of black ink on there. I want this black to stand out over the top. I'm just going to ink that up. And because we've positioned it all in advance, I can now confidently pop that down. And we know that that's going to go in the right place onto that little butterfly, which is part of the letter.
Yeah.
You see him there?
Brilliant.
It's not perfect, but it could have been better. I was trying not to get right over the top. And then because I've just used a little bit of the dotty tape pen, that's going to come off there great. And what I want to do is snip away. Oh, just be careful there. Ouch. Sorry. Snipped his body off.
Oh,
a bit brutal.
I thought the producer's body just said, "Put your finger." I thought
I've got to cut his antennae off as well. Sorry. Oh dearie me,
Ouch.
that was painful. So we just end up with the little butterfly there.
Yes.
Okay. Little bit off there, it could have been a bit better, but in true fashion, you know me, I've actually got them that I've already done, and all I've done is pop a little gem in the centre of them to match the theme of my card.
Brilliant.
All right, but essentially that's how I do them. All right, so let's just pop that to one side then and bring in the card element. So what I've done is I've created again one of these cards that's got an element cut away. If you were watching us this morning, I did a longer one with the heart on, and I quite like this bit. I'm sort of into this at the minute where there's a bit of the background cut away.
Yeah.
So those paper pads that we've got on the show, Ben, honestly, they're to die for.
Yes.
The most amazing pearlized paper, and it's double-sided. So this is the same sheet. So this is one side and this is the reverse of it. And it really is tough to know which one to use. So I think, is it sunburst or
Summer sunset?
Summer sunset.
Yeah. That one
and
there
then
you've
you
got.
also get the plains as well. So this is a matching paper pad that's got the plain colours in it that literally complement the patterns. Absolutely brilliant. So what I'm going to do then is I've created one panel to go on the inside. So again, I'll not use my dotty one. We'll go back to the double-sided tape. I tend to keep the dotty one for special occasions.
Yeah.
Usually when I'm doing sort of an intricate die. I nearly got my teeth stuck then, Ben.
That was me
An
earlier.
intricate. That was nearly as good as your, what was it, opaque pigment ink pads this morning.
Oh, you're showing off now. Look how you sped through that. Oh dear, rub it in, Jan.
Oh,
What is it
I've been
again?
practicing.
Opaque
Opaque pigment ink pads.
Oh,
you see.
opaque.
Spectrum Noir opaque pigment ink pads.
Don't. Spectrum Noir, opaque pigment.
We're going to come back to those a little later on so you can have a practice.
You can say it.
And then I've done a panel for the front with the reverse side of the pattern so that we know, you know, the work's been done for us. Because it's part of the same paper pad, you know that these papers are going to complement each other. So I've used the same background colour, but this is one side of the paper and this is the reverse of it. So that's my design there. Okay. And then what I wanted to do, we need to pop the little butterflies. I'll do that at the end. But what I want to do is pop these along the edge. And I have actually got all the others ready because it would take me a little while to get all these ready. But I thought what we'd do is put these, they're going to need to overlap. And I've mixed, if you can see, I've gone uppercase, lowercase, and then we'll go, I've got two L's in the uppercase, and then we've got the lowercase. So that was my idea, so that when we open it, this is actually hanging off the edge of the card. All right, so we'll get those stuck down, and I think I'm going to go with a little bit of the tacky glue to pop those on.
Okay.
So I'm going to start at the top there, and I'm just going to put glue on one side of them because I want the other side to hang off the page. So again, tip that one that way purely because I want the butterflies to show.
Yeah.
All right, and then just gently overlap, just making sure I get the glue on the right side there. So just a little bit on that right hand side, and then I'm just going to sort of tip them because I want these butterflies showing. And half of it's stuck to the front panel, so you'll see what I mean now, and half of it is on the back. I've got a little bit of glue showing there. So again, we've got a letter L, and I quite like the idea of the mixed uppercase and lowercase. In the past, I've always used one or the other.
It's quite trendy,
and I thought,
isn't it?
why not? Let's have a go and see how it looks. So again, we've got L, we've got a second one, and then definitely running out of glue, I think. I forgot to fill it up. You didn't remind me, Ben, in the gap.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
I was going to fill it up, wasn't I?
Was that my job? Oops. I was too busy having a gas.
We were having a cup of coffee instead, weren't we?
Yeah, we had a little cup of coffee.
I've got some more in my bag. We're okay. So, yep, that side again.
I was also telling Jan how excited I am that the snow on the way. I'm more of a southerner when it comes to the UK, and obviously we're up north. And I've seen on my little weather app that as of I think 9 o'clock tonight, there's a 100% chance of snow right through until about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Well, you can imagine. I mean, I am super excited. I didn't pack me mittens or me bobble out, unfortunately, so I don't know if I'll be out making snowmen later on, but oh, come on. How exciting is that?
You wouldn't believe, honestly, how excited he is. And I've pressed the pause button until I get home tonight, so I'm making him wait. Yeah, honestly, it's like having the children here jumping up and down because it's snowing.
But you guys see snow quite a lot up north, don't you see?
I'm not, am I a northerner? I don't know, really.
You are compared to me.
I'm sort of right in the middle.
Well, not really. You're Sheffield, aren't you? Where's that? Is that Yorkshire?
Slightly above, yeah.
Yorkshire.
South Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe just above the middle, yeah. But we don't get a massive amount of snow, and that suits me fine.
Oh, really?
It really does, yeah.
I love a bit of snow. Because there was snow here over the weekend, wasn't there? Because I saw Joe's video. Joe put a video up on his page. By the way, if you want to ever see any behind the scenes stuff, we've all got our own Facebook and Instagram pages. Just type in our names followed by CC and you'll be able to find it. But on Joe's page, he put up a video of the car park here on Saturday or Friday or Saturday. It was absolutely, what do you say? You didn't say it's tipping it down with snow, do you? It was absolutely snowing it down. It was.
Snowing it down?
Yeah, and they were having snowball fights and all sorts out there. So, yeah. Tomorrow morning, I might get snowed in. Jan might not be here.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't get the excitement. I'm sorry, I don't share the excitement, Ben.
Oh.
It's all right if you're at home and you can watch it.
Yeah.
But out and about in it, honestly, it's crazy.
Oh.
So you can see those butterflies, just like I did with the one that we stamped earlier. I've just stamped them out and put that little gem in the middle to pick out that peach tone. And I'm overlaying those. Because they've all been done with the same die cut, you know that they're going to fit perfectly. And you can just see there that we've got slightly larger and slightly smaller. It's all been thought about, the difference between the uppercase letters and the lowercase letters. So again, I've just stuck those in the middle. And once that's dry, we've got that lift on those wings there so that we can see that there's that 3D element going on there. And then just to finish it off, I've actually chosen a stamp out of my stash there. Use one of the little elements in the colour to match, and we're going to pop that on the inside, just to one side there, so that it doesn't show sticking out from the middle there. So that's the first one, using the butterfly alphabets. And
Brilliant.
as I say, we've used elements from the uppercase set. We've done some of the lowercase, and then we've used the stamps, one of the stamp sets as well. So there we go. So hello. It says on there. I got my letters the right way around, so I'm going to turn it round again. Is she ready, Charlotte? There we go. Bless her. Look fabulous, yeah? So hello there. And again, it sits against that plain peach, opens up, and we've got that sentiment inside for you there. All right, so that's your butterflies.
Phenomenal, and worth reminding you at this point, by the way, we are after your votes for the demo of the show, so make a sort of a note of that one. Maybe you want to sort of, if you're watching, mark it down, give it marks out of 10, because we want to know at the end of the show which is your favourite demo, because of course we're putting the favourite demo from each show into our little crafty walk of fame. Then on Sunday, Second Chance Sunday, we'll recap on those demos, where they were from, and crown our overall winner. Loads of lovely comments coming in about the butterfly collection. If you've already got it, please, if you get a chance, send us in pictures. We really would. Kath on YouTube says, I have the butterfly number dies. I love them. Peg Conrad on Facebook, I've just received the butterfly alphabet and I'm ready to see Jam's great ideas. Marilyn Pico, lovely Marilyn on YouTube says, I just received my butterfly set a few weeks ago. Can't wait to see how Jan blows my mind. Lynn saying the butterfly is one of my favourite alphabets. G. Marie on Facebook, the butterfly alphabet is my all-time favourite.
Oh, lots of love for it out there.
There really is.
Yep.
And a lot lot of love as well for, and I'll just quickly show you this again because it's worth a second look, probably a third and a fourth. Loads of love for this frame as well. Craig's frame. So this was made using that butterfly alphabet, and again shows you the kind of thing that you can do. You're not just limited to one area of craft. This is Craig's. He made this. It actually hangs on his wall at home when we don't steal it for the studio here. So it kind of shows you the sort of things that you're able to make with these collections. Lots more comments coming in, which we'll come back to in just a few moments' time. But lots of you sending in your pictures as well. So let's have a little look. Terry J. Anderson is working with some beautiful butterflies. Take a look at that.
Oh, look at that. That's very pretty, isn't it?
Absolutely gorgeous.
Not sure. It looks as if it's got a little bit of a dome on that one.
Yeah, it does. And that one's Terry's as well. More beautiful butterflies. Love the way they're sort of overhanging the side of the card there as well. Gorgeous, Terry. Thank you very much indeed for sending that in. And then we've got Michelle's as well. You see, Michelle's thinking along the same lines as you, Jan, with the Valentine's.
On that red, well, getting ourselves ready.
Absolutely.
That's really pretty, isn't it? I love the combination.
And this one there, congratulations on the birth of your new baby.
How lovely. I like the little stamped baby grows in the background. That's gorgeous. Or it might be a paper, I don't know, but that's really pretty.
Love that. Michelle, thank you. Terry, thank you. Keep your projects coming in. Obviously, we'd love to see projects that you've made with items that we've got on the show, but whatever you're working on right now, send us in your pictures. We love to see what you're up to. We're nosy, basically. But we also love to be able to share all of your projects with everybody else because, again, new people watching all the time, it's great for them to be able to see what you're all up to. And I know you're all commenting and chatting with each other as we chat with you during the show as well, but send in those pictures because we love to see what you have been up to. Right, let's quickly recap on some of the other items that we've got on the show. The Gemini balloons, the balloon alphabet. Now, again, these are absolutely brilliant. Who was it a minute ago? Karen on Facebook says, Ben, would you make us a balloon animal? Well, if I had some balloons here, I would do that for you. I think you're talking about the fact I used to do children's parties and used to make balloons. If I ever did do that and we had the balloons here, I could make you a balloon dog. Maybe later I will. But anyway, let's talk about this collection because, again, this is all about ultimate personalization. What we love about this collection is that you've got all of your letters of the alphabet and, of course, in balloon style. They're so amazing. And I love the fact that you've got all of the dies to cut out your little balloon stamps as well. These are a lot of fun, and as I say, I think if you've got children of a certain age, if you've got people in your family who are just big kids at heart, they're going to absolutely love these. Also with this collection, you're going to get the numbers as well. Again, all of the stamps, and you've got all of the dies included with this. You've got all of your ordinals, is the right word, Ben. Well done. So you've got your as well. And then, of course, you've got other little stamps in here as well to be able just to, really...
I'm just thinking if somebody was tuning in then, they'd think there was a problem.
Yeah.
Quick, sort the sound out.
Yeah. Please do not readjust your set. I'm just talking about the ordinals. So that is all included within that collection. But also... no, that's it, isn't it? That is it. That is it. I'm getting my balloons confused. £34 or $55 is the deal on that one. But we have more balloons for you. The sentiments. So these are your pre-made options, if you like. So with those, you've got the ability, again, to totally personalise. But these are very cool in their own right because you've got the ability to be able to use the stamps with the dies provided once again. So with each of the mini kind of collections within the main collection, you get your big balloon word. So in this case, friend, which has the corresponding die to be able to cut it out. And then you have more stamps there to be able to make your own sentiment once again. So you're my best friend, special friend. And again, just a really, really cool idea. I love these balloons. They're so much fun. Happy anniversary, happy new home, happy birthday. And once again, there's that die to be able to cut the main word out. Deal on this is phenomenal. Wait till you see the paper pad that comes with this as well. Baby, we just saw that card from Michelle just a few moments ago, the new baby. Maybe you're welcoming a new baby into the world. Welcome new baby boy, baby girl. Then we've got the thanks in there. So thanks a bunch. Thanks for your kindness. Thanks, you're the best. Love these. Congrats, you did it. Well done. Congrats, proud of you. So nice just to be able to make up your own sentiments. There we go, Valentine's on the horizon. I love you with love, lots of love. Yeah, balloons for Valentine's Day. Birthday wishes. Happy birthday to you. There's so many. And then within this collection, you also get this really cool stamp and die set once again. So it's kind of a bit like a balloon party, really, because you've got. See, if I had. Because you can't just use not that we've got any balloons in the studio, but you need the special balloons to be able to make animals. I always say to the kids at the parties, you can have any balloon animal you want, but it has to look like a dog, because that's all I could do.
Could be a giraffe. It's got a very long neck.
Yeah, but a lot of my dogs did look a bit giraffe-y, but also I could do a snake as well. There you go. So that, yeah, that's all I would be doing. Next time I'm in, if I've got some, I mean, what it was. To be honest, I was doing magic shows, party. I couldn't do everything to a high standard, just sort of mediocre, get by. Or swords as well I could do. That's all they wanted, swords so they could hit each other. Yeah, exactly. So that collection you get with this as well. And if that weren't enough, you're going to get your 48-piece 12 by 12 paper pad, and this is absolutely gorgeous because not only do you get some beautiful designs and patterns that I think you can use elsewhere, but you're also going to get some beautiful designs which will work perfectly with this collection. There's dots in here and flowers in here as well. Love that kind of ditzy print that you've got there. And as we go through these, you also get, there you go, some more sort of, there we go, balloons as well in there. So you've got like your dotty balloons, you've got beautiful sort of colourful polka dots in there. Look at those, you've got more dots going on there as well. Stripes, absolutely love that. And then my faves are right at the front. Look at that paper, I mean, come on. If
it's like a party in a pad, isn't it?
Do you know, you just took the words right out of my mouth. I was just literally about to say that. That is a party in a paper pad. Great minds, Jan.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So all of that, £69 is a bargain, I think. $95, you're saving almost £28, almost $27. You get all of that within that collection. So I think it's really down to kind of preference, whether you want to go for the balloon alphabet so you can kind of create your own names, create your own numbers on there as well, or whether you want like the preset words which you can then work the sentiments around to create with as well. It is entirely up to you. Whichever way you go, I think you are going to have a lot of fun. Right, back to Jan. We are going to be looking at what are we looking at next?
I'm going to just show you a few samples from those balloon sentiments, Ben, and then we're going to do a demo. So again, you know, we're still on those alphabets. So this is a different style. I think it's got a much more fun element to it, this one. Yeah. The butterfly one was quite sophisticated, nice for the home decor. I think this has got a real party feel to it. Yeah. Imagine, I know we're not able to get out and about much at the moment, but you know, we've got to be hopeful that things are going to return to some kind of normal. But think about like party invites. You could personalise them all with the letters for each member that's going to come to the, or party bags, things like that. Be absolutely great to put the children's name on. This one again, just, you know, baby girl, absolutely gorgeous. Using this as a die cut from an old Sarah Signature collection, this one. But again, you know, mixing and matching with things that are in your stash. Again, it might be a just married card. Again, done in the gold there. That one's lovely. So that's been embossed with the gold powder again, using elements from that stamp set with the balloons there. We talked a lot about personalising cards. So we've got a little bit of a shaker card going on there. It could be any name that you want to put on there. But I think they've got a real fun element to it. Again, baby one again there, new baby, and we've got all those lovely balloons inside there. Look, it's a boy. They really do, and that's, you know, just using your inks. It could be using your pencils, and then the last one there, again, personalising it for a third birthday. Okay, fabulous. Yeah. So just a few for you to have a little look at. And I just had a bit of a shock then because the voice has just changed in my ear. Look at Charlotte's voice has dropped, isn't it? Tell you what. She's gone very deep there for a second. Lord Adam is in the Threw me a bit then, it did. Right. Look, I've lost my alphabets now. Here we go. So we're going to have a look at the balloon alphabets, and I'm going to use the set of letters with, let me move that one from underneath, the set of letters there, and you get the matching dies. Now, I'm glad you said this because, and I know you'll go into this, but Hannah has just messaged to say that I've bought the balloon stamps and dies, but I'm having real trouble lining them up. I'm going to show you a trick for that, because
Excellent.
I will be honest, all right? I maybe shouldn't be saying this on air, but I will be honest, and I do too, all right? So, you know, I've been doing this a long time. I craft for a living, and I don't always get them straight. So I had a think about it, and I've come up with a little idea that I was going to show you in my demo today. So if you are struggling with it, this might be the way forward for you. So let's have a look then. I want to take the letters off to spell the word boy, and we need the dice first. So I need the B and the O, and I'm not doing baby boy, I'm going to do birthday boy. Okay, so we've got the letters there. So first job is to die cut those, and I'm going to die cut them out of some plain white stamping card, and then we're going to stamp. I'm going to go black and white and sort of grey monotone-ish for this. So literally we'll cut these out first. I literally just want those on there to get the die cut, so we'll just pop them down so that I don't lose them again, and run this through the machine. So again, thin metal dies, they're only small, they will fit through all your machines, they'll fit through any machines out there that aren't a Gemini, and they will also go right down. So again, your little mini, the MIDI, the hand turned ones, they fit through them all. They're a lovely little size, and again, you could spell, you know, absolutely anything with them. Okie doke, so let's take those out, and what I want, there's two ways of doing this. You can either stamp first and then cut out, or you can die cut first and then stamp. So what I would suggest is try both ways and see which works best for you.
Horses for courses. You
know, so some people will say, right, I do the stamping first and then I line them up and I die cut them. And this is what our lady's saying that she's struggling with. And, you know, sometimes it does go a little bit skew whiff. So this is what I worked out while I was at home the other day. So let's move those out of the way. What I'm going to do is go back to that dotty tape pen again. I've got a piece of darker card. This is just a scrap so that you can see what I'm doing. But again, I'm just going to put a little tiny bit. It's only a touch just to anchor them on here. All right. I don't want to stick them down. I literally just want them not to move, basically. Leave a little bit of gap in between for the stamp. And then what I'm going to do is go back to my platform again. I know I keep going back to this. If you've got this at home, it's your friend. Because we're going to pop that in there, trap that with the magnets, and then I'm going to go to my stamp set now. And I need the corresponding stamps. So we need the B, we need the O, and we need the Y. And I found that this was the easiest way, because you can line up your stamp now right over the top of the letter there. You see, again, we were talking about that discoloration. This is one that I've used previously with an orangey coloured ink, and it's just stained it a little bit, but it doesn't damage the stamps. So make sure your stamps are face down at this point, and they will line up perfectly with your letters. All right, and because we're going to use the platform now, I can pick all three of those up together, and I know that they're in exactly the right place for each of my letters. So again, we need some black ink, and I want this to be really sort of definite black now. So I'm actually using one of my Finesse black ink pads, because they are really sort of good for solid black ink. So here we go. And also, because I've got it on the platform, I can do it more than once. So if it's not quite dark enough for what I want, I can re-ink and we can go through it again. So let's just release that. And you can see here, see I've just missed a little bit here. The ink is still on the stamp here. Look, can you see it? So literally pop it in, give that bit a press, and you've actually got it back. So we'll just give it one more coat, because I do like to make sure that I've caught all the bits.
Do you know what, last time I was working with a crafter who was making a card with the word boy, or it's a boy. I won't say who it was or where it was, but she was making the card, and she was obviously doing it back to front. And when we were live on TV, and I hadn't twigged on this, and when this particular lady then flipped it all round, it was like, oh, brilliant, it's a yob.
That's brilliant.
One of the funniest things ever.
It does happen.
Yeah.
So again, you know, they're still not perfect, but I'm okay with that. You know, you've got the little white edge around it. If you're really not keen on the white edge around it, just take a black pen and fill that edge in with black.
Makes it look more balloony,
Extend
though.
the letters. But yeah, it does make it look more balloony. You've even got the little highlights on them. So if I bring in, I've already done the birthday parts and run those through our magic adhesive machine that we can never get our hands on.
Oh, birthday.
Pardon?
I was looking at that thinking, what?
Yeah, yeah, for some reason I started here, yeah. Okay, foreign language now. So that's my letters done. What we're going to do then is pop this together now. So I've actually made the components to make an easel card.
Okay.
And this is actually some of the layers from the neutral 12 by 12 textured paper pad. So I've picked a couple of the greys out, and then this is just a piece of paper from some that I had in my stash. So I'm going to go back to the double-sided tape pen again, and we're going to pop one of these mats in the base of the card, and then we're going to put the other one on the front. So let's have a little look. That one's going to go on there. Stick that one down. And then I've got a separate piece to stick the front on. So these are identical. My card size is 5 3/4. And then just going back to what we were talking about this morning, I've just come down in 1/4 inch increments. So I've got 5 1/2 inches, 5 1/4 for the pale grey, and 5 inches for the centrepiece. So literally just coming down in those same increments there. Okay, and then with an easel card, all I've done is folded this bit. I've scored it and folded it so we can lift this part up. So I just want glue on this front section, and I tend to put the glue on here rather than the back of the card piece, because I always get giddy and end up putting glue all over it when I only actually need it on this bottom section. So we're just going to line this up now with that bottom edge and stick that piece down. And then you can see there we've got the beginnings of our easel card.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So what I want to do then is pop the birthday one. Whoops, got some glue on there somewhere. The birthday I'm actually going to put on the top piece. So make sure we're opening the right way. So I'm going to centre, you might be thinking, well, you're never going to fit birthday on there. But no. I want to give it a bit of a quirky look. We're going to have day across the bottom. So I'm just going to centre that bit.
Yeah.
On the card there.
Is this such a cool way of doing it? Because do you know what, in my little mind, you always think, well, if it's balloons, it's got to be bright colours, it's got to be blues and
I just
greens
want,
and
again, you know, I
and...
like to try and show you something that's a wee bit different. So R's the centre one. So again, we'll go with the R in the middle, just there. Okay, and then let me make sure I spell this right now, otherwise we could end up with something that doesn't say anything. So B-I-R at the front. Okay, and then T-H at this side. So you can see I've done exactly the same process as what I did here. Yeah. Die cut the letters in the white first and then stamp over the top. I've not quite got them centred, but we'll go with that. And then I've got my black pen here now. And what I want to do is just pretend that there is actually elements in the stamp set to do this, but because of the way I've designed this, I just want to pretend that we've got some strings coming down to the bottom so that they don't look as if they're floating in midair. So just with my black pen, I'm just going to fill that in as if these are actually coming down to the bottom of the card there. So that's the front. And then what I want to do with this bit, and this I wasn't sure at home whether I wanted to go straight onto the grey or whether we want, I think we probably go with the white. I think the letters will stand out a bit more with that white element on top. So let's stick that one on top. So again, just matting and layering. And this is going to be my stopper. So when you're making an easel card, we need something to stop it sliding here. So when I put this together and it stands up, we need something here to hold it open. So I've just raised this on some foam pads so that we can actually make the stopper. So this is going to have the rest of the sentiment on here now. So literally I want to put, because I've only put that little tiny bit of glue on there, if I can squeeze what's left out of here and put a little bit of wet glue, if I've got any left. There we go. Okay, and then we'll just put, in fact, I'll do the O. If you're working with anything like this and you want it centred, it always pays to sort of go for the middle one first. So literally, look, I'm just going to eyeball the middle and go for that one. Then we've got B and the Y. So again, we'll put those on. And then from the stamp set, I have mixed and matched a little bit because the stamp set that comes with the ready-made words has got some really, really cute bits and pieces in.
Oh, yes.
So I have actually made a little piece of bunting to go across the top there. And again, although I wanted it to be neutral, just wanted that pop of colour in it, and I picked the red to go with it. So this is just stamped and again, die cut with the dies. It's a mix and match set again where you get all the stamps and then you get the matching dies to cut them out. So I've done exactly the same procedure as what we just did. I actually cut out first, fastened it onto my platform and then stamped over the top, and then I've just used some of my alcohol markers to colour that in. And then we're going to stick the stopper part in the bottom to make sure that that's going to hold it open. So it says birthday boy.
Really
So just bear with me while I do this so that I can get it straight.
Yeah.
So that's all lined up with the outside bit. And then again from that same set, we've got a couple of little presents there. And this one, I just love it. We were talking about the balloon animals.
There he is.
Look at him. Isn't he amazing? And I've just done him in the black ink, and if I tilt him and see, you can see I've just embossed him to make him look shiny like a balloon. So again, I think we'll have him on the front. So I've got one of the presents is flat, and we're just going to pop that on. I really am struggling with my glue. I'm going to have to get my other, I've got a tube of it in there. Let's go with that. In fact, we can go with the tape runner. It's a bit quicker. So we're just going to pop, I think we'll have...
I like what you did initially when you had them like sort of piled together.
One there, and then I've got one that's on a foam pad which is raised up a bit just to give a bit of dimension.
Yeah.
And then I think he's got to earn a place.
Absolutely.
On the front there, don't you? Yeah, so let's just pop a little bit of tape on the back of him.
The long-necked giraffe dog.
The giraffe dog, look at him. Okay, he can go on the front there.
Lush.
And then we've got, if I turn that round there, you can see we've got birthday boy all ready for you, yeah? So that's the balloon alphabets and a little bit of mix and match with the stamp set that comes with those balloon sentiment dies.
Not that I have any say in this whatsoever, but that is my favourite demo, the ones that we've done so far. Vote for your favourite, don't forget, in the comments on Facebook and YouTube. And of course, we will crown our winner at the end of the show to go on to our Walk of Fame, our crafting Walk of Fame, to be with a chance of being crowned the winner at the end of the week. Loads of you saying how much you love the balloon alphabet. Serenity on YouTube saying, I love my balloon alphabet. Crafting with Quitting Lady on YouTube says, hello everyone, I've already placed an order. Amazing. Marie on Facebook says, it's morning here in Florida, so I'll say good cheery morning. So glad I'm able to catch a live for a change. Love you guys. We love you too, Marie. Thank you for that lovely message. Kim on YouTube just saying, I love this alphabet set and I have it. I made a card with them but forgot to take a picture. Next time, Kim, next time, because you know we're always asking for pictures of your makes. And Kay is saying, hi again, back for another great show with Jan and Ben. Made myself a big mug of pumpkin spice latte. So I'm set for the show.
Oh, that sounds rather yummy.
It does sound a bit grand, that,
doesn't it?
I'll tell you what else sounds very grand. The Hero Tool.
Da, da, da.
Yes, Jan.
I'm on it now.
You are. Marilyn says, Ben, when are you going to fly? Looks like your superhero pose to take off. We're in a new studio, so maybe next time we talk about the Hero Tool.
Da, da, da.
We can do some effect where I fly off the screen. I'll get Adam, our studio manager, to work on that. But in the meantime, give him something to do. Doesn't do much now. He's sat at the studio, does he? Just swans around, you know, checks in occasionally. I'm only joking. He works very hard, and he's probably listening. The Hero Tool is the Gemini die brush. This is perfect for those more kind of intricate dies. And like Jan was saying, great for kind of cleaning out your dies as well. So you get your tool with your mat, and you also get 3 replacement heads, so 4 in total. And as Jan was telling us a little bit earlier on, she doesn't think she's actually changed the head on hers. So the fact that you've got 3 spares means that you've got a lot there for kind of times to come, £6.50 or £11.50. It's one of those useful tools to have in your crafty armour, isn't it? If you haven't got one of these, great opportunity to grab it today for £6.50 or £11.50, saving over 25%. Take another 20% off that price on screen if you're a platinum member. £5.20 or $9.20. Now, we've got some ink pads on the show for you as well. We'll see these in action a little bit later on. This is the opaque pigment ink pads collection, 13 different colours within the collection. Full details on the website of those, but we featured those actually earlier on as well on launch day. So if you want to go back and watch the shows from earlier on, you can do £50 or $70, or that works out at £40 or $56. There we go. So you can grab those, as I say, full details on those on our website. Now, look at the time. I believe we're over an hour into the show already. Time is flying today. It's because I'm excited about the snow. Did they say we're getting snow here? Very excited about that. Snow's coming. Won't be long now. What time is it now? It's 9 o'clock. Under 4 hours till snow. Anyway.
I'm going to be very disappointed if I don't see a snowman by morning now. I really am. I want picture evidence.
Jan, just because you were saying how much you're not looking forward to the snow, if I get time, when I make a snowman, you'll be the first person I send a picture to.
Thank you, yes. I need a photo. I need photographic evidence that this snowman exists.
Good, that's what I will do.
Deal.
Tomorrow morning when I wake up. Now, let's get back to alphabets, because that's what this show is all about. Remember, with Creative Cravings as well, it's all about showing you those hints and tips and ideas. If there's any questions you've got you want to ask us, then please send those in. And as always, if you've made anything with any of the collections, send the pictures in to us as well. The left fold alphabet is, as I say, just a very different way of kind of being able to produce and personalise your own cards. All the letters of the alphabet, of course, but the kind of system that you've got with this allows you to kind of create that left fold. So you've got the ability to be able to pop out the letters and then be able to kind of layer up with a different colour cardstock behind. If you wanted to do that, use a bit of mirror card, maybe some glitter card behind there. Really super idea, actually. All the letters of the alphabet you'll get with the collection, and then you're going to get all of your numbers as well with that really cool effect, as we said. And it's one of those things, again, wish I hadn't done my nails. There you go. Let's get the 4 out. There you go. It's one of those things, again, that when you see it like this, if you're quite new to it, you might be thinking to yourself, well, this is quite difficult to do. It's quite difficult to achieve. With the dies that you've got with this collection, it's really simple to do, as Jan, I'm sure, will show us very shortly indeed. £59 or $70 is the deal on that. But within that collection, you also get your stamp sets as well, your stamp and die sets. So this one here is your heartfelt wishes. So you get some mini stamps and dies within that collection. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's little hearts and butterflies and flowers, and you've got a little banner in there as well. The dies corresponding with the stamps for you to be able to cut and kind of accessorise with your left fold alphabet. And then you're also going to get your really cute, joyful birthday. And as you can see, great for kind of your birthday cards with the bannering there. You've also got balloons and cupcakes and all sorts, and dies to correspond with those stamps once again, making it a really, really versatile set. So 56 elements there. Add that onto your alphabet and your numbers for £59 or $70 today. Rather good deal, I think. Let's go and have a look at this in more detail then. That's the great thing, isn't it, Jan, with these kind of collections, for people who are new and thinking, oh, well, I could never do that. The dies do a lot of the work, don't they?
They do, and I wouldn't want anybody to think that. It's like, I don't want anybody to think they can't do something.
No.
Because at the end of the day, just have a go. You know, you've always got these tutorials to come back to. So the demos, you know, all the shows are still there in the archive, whether, you know, if you go on YouTube or if you go on our Crafters TV page, you can always look back, you can craft along with us, you can pause it until you get to a point where you've caught up with us and then carry on. So that's there forever now. It's there for you to access. So don't think it's only while we're live that it's applicable. And I would just, you know, we were all beginners once. I started at the beginning, you know, I didn't suddenly wake up one morning and I could craft. I had to learn all the different things, and now I'm in a position that I can share it with you guys, which is great. But I wouldn't want anybody out there to think that they can't do something, and this is part of our job, is to show you that actually when we break it down into stages, it is quite straightforward, and you do as much or as little as you want. You know, we try and make you know, the card designs sort of appealing to everybody, but you might be doing it for something specific, and you know that a person likes something, maybe a colour or a design, you know, make it fit, but just have a go. At the end of the day, it's a couple of bits of cardstock.
Exactly,
you know, it's not
right.
the end of the world. You're not throwing away a fortune. You're just throwing away a bit of card and then have another go and try again. And you'd be surprised, honestly, when we break it down, how simple it's going to be. So I'm just going to show you a few samples again, and then we'll get on to the demo. So again, you know, I love the fact, literally, that these actually open up. So they literally, as it says, open to the left, and you can see it reveals another element underneath. All right, so we've just got there that lovely wedding day one. He was using papers again, mix and match with things in your stash. Again, we've gone for Mr. and Mrs. with that one, using that ampersand on there. And again, when we open it up, look, you've got that lovely gold behind there. Again, and then if you want to personalise them, so 70th birthday, little double fold there on that one, little double mountain fold. It might be a special occasion for a birthday, it could be Mother's Day. Really, really pretty, and all these are made so that they lift to reveal that extra layer underneath. It's a novel idea, this.
Yeah.
Again, we were talking about those numbered birthdays that aren't so easy to find, you know, so when we lift these, they get squashed in the boxes, but when you lift them up, look, you've got that shadow underneath.
Really
so again,
cool.
not the general 18th or 21st, and I love this one, I had to pick this out. How striking is that one?
Yeah.
Just with the green behind it, and again, all the letters, we've got some silver glitter card behind there, and then using some elements from that stamp set, which I'm going to do in my demo as well. So just a few ideas for you there.
Just to say, Shannon, earlier on, because I know earlier on you showed the car registration plate card, and Shannon actually said, "Oh, I'm stealing that idea for Father's Day."
Why not? That's why we're here.
That's what we're here for.
You know, none of the designs that we show, none of the things that we demo, none of it's copyrighted. So at the end of the day, I personally don't have any problem if you want to steal one of my designs and recreate it. Absolutely go for it. That's what we're here for. So I'm going to take my alphabets when I know what I've done. There we go. I'm going to say I've lost them for a second. So I'm going to use the uppercase alphabet on here. All right, so we've got packaging, and this time we've got the one sheet in, and we've got them on either side. But again, you can still see all the letters there.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to spell the word. I always end up picking a word that's got a double letter in it. So I want the word dad, so I'm going to have to cut the D twice.
Okay.
So what I've done is I've actually created some elements, again using those pigment inks. We've still got that collection, I think, on the show this afternoon.
Yeah, we have.
So this one is actually Sandstorm, which is the lightest of the brown, and then it's the Ocean Blue, which is the mid-tone out of the blue. And the reason I've picked that is because I've gone back to my craft card again. So I've actually gone for the brown tones in the Sandstorm and the blue ones to match the blue cardstock. So I've got 3 pieces that are slightly differs in size, and it'll all become apparent. All right, so I'll leave the little one for now, and I'll do these 2, then I'm going to have to come back and do the little one. So what I want to do is just position these first of all to die cut, and it's as simple as that. Decide where you want your lettering, pop them on there, and I'm just going to use some tape again to stick them down so that they don't slide. I'm going to put the A towards one side of that one, and it'll be apparent when I show you what I'm going to do with them as to why I'm cutting them where I am. And then I'll just need to redo the D again. So let's see, can we get both of those on together? We'll go for it like that.
Yeah, do it.
We'll do it. As long as the dies aren't overlapped, we'll be all right. It might make a slight impression in the cardstock, but I don't think it'll matter. So pop those through there, and then I'm just going to run the D through again on this smaller piece. So all those pieces have been created the same, and then I use my little finger daubers just to go around the edge with the darker blue. All right, so let me just take those out. Oops. And we can leave that one to one side, but I need just carefully remove the tape on that one. And I just need to pop the D through again. So I'll show you what I've done in a second. So let's pop that one on there, and then we're just going to pop, making sure that if I show you the actual die, if we can just get up close on there, it's got all the cutting edge around the letter.
Yeah.
But this bit has just got a score line.
Got you.
Can you see? You can see clearly there on that. Fantastic that line disappears here and here as a cutting line, and it's much flatter, it's just a score line. So making sure that's to the left-hand side, which obviously your letter's going to look the right way. So we're going to pop that one in the centre of there. and stick that one down and just run that one through quickly, Ben. So I'm just going to pop that through again, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with those as far as the card's concerned.
There's so much love coming through for all of these collections. Samantha, Aisha, just saying loving Jan's demos. Deborah says you two are having too much fun. We are. Beautiful demos, says Marilyn. Love the cards, says Marilyn. Mary Pat saying loving those papers. Laura saying loving the butterfly alphabet. Loving the photos being sent in, says
fabulous.
Nona. There's so many lovely comments coming in, and actually someone's mentioned about a Jan fan club. Marilyn, you know many of us are Team Jan fan club. We love watching her style.
Oh, I didn't know.
Did you not know about that?
I didn't know I'd got a fan club. Wow, I'm excited.
You have.
Thank you.
You have.
That's great, honestly.
I've got one of those as well. I'm sure there must be a Ben.
He's feeling all left out now.
Oh no, there isn't a Ben. There's no. Just a...
It's on its way. It's a work in progress, Ben. Right, so when you realise now what we've done with this, I've actually got lots of different bits of cards. So I'm going to go with the long one on here. And then obviously where the score line is, we can just fold this back. And I'm going to use my bone folder just to secure that fold. So we've got that dark blue showing underneath. So first job is to stick these together. And it's just thinking a little bit about the measurements with it. Oh, she's here again. Look, she's organised. She's got tape on it.
God, you're surprising yourself today,
I do surprise myself because we prep in advance. Sometimes I do surprise myself. I forget that I've actually got everything ready. So yeah, that was a nice surprise. So that one literally is just going to go on to that piece.
Like a nice surprise I had the other day when I was driving into work. I had a big bag of crisps. You know, the big, like the share bags, and I was eating some, and I thought, oh, I'll save those, and I put them in my glove compartment, forgot about them, and then when I was driving home at the end of the week, I was like, oh, I could just do with some, oh, hang on a minute, they're in the glove box. I was like, yes, well done me. So it's that kind of,
Score!
Exactly right. I love it when that happens. I love it when that happens.
It's like when you find some change in your pocket or a note in your pocket that of a coat that you've not used for a while. Here we go. So that's the first one. So we've got a D on the end of there. And then I'm going to come in with the next one, which is slightly shorter. So again, we're going to pop that mat on. And again, we talked about this earlier for anybody that was watching earlier. We were talking about matting and layering, and it is simply pieces of cardstock that are cut slightly different sizes. And in my case, I tend to go with 1/4 of an inch increment from one layer to the next layer. So again, we're all organised. Look, we've got some more tape, and I've gone 1/4 of an inch smaller with the blue.
Yeah.
I've left a little bit of a border here, which I'll explain in a second. I think you can probably see where I'm going. And then we've got the next.
Is 1/4 of an inch the kind of best size, if you know what I mean?
I don't think there is a best, Ben. You know, it's whatever suits you, really. Oh, I've got that one not very straight there. Here we go. Whatever suits you. You know, if you want to leave more than that or less than that, there's no rule, really. No. At 1/4 of an inch is easy for the reason that I explained earlier, that the guillotine has got those lovely 1/4 of an inch markings on. So I think we can, it's just coming to shape now. So we've got the last piece there in the dark blue. Okay, that one's going to go on there. And then we've got that last letter. Oh, I've gone to thin tape here, look, because it's around the edge of the... I see, I impress myself sometimes, Ben.
Seriously.
Honestly.
Yeah. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Some of these were done sort of like last week, and I actually surprised myself. So that one's going to go on there. And again, just keeping all those colours all nicely toned. So we're going to fold that one back on the score line. Just give it a burnish so that it tells that card learns then that it needs to fold there.
Got you, yeah.
And you can see now where we're heading with that. So I've actually punched holes in the edge of the 3. I've popped a little eyelet in the front of that one, and then I'm going to go through with a piece of twine just to tie all these together. So we need to come through from the back there.
This is such a cool idea.
pop this, just trying to give you a different idea. And as I say, once you've mastered the actual die cutting, which is fairly straightforward, I put the die over a piece of cardstock and we cut it out. It's as simple as that, you know. So I want you to have a go. This would be my sort of plea to everybody, is to just have a go and have a play. Use some scrap card or some scrap, you know, when you buy a paper pad, I think there's always one bit of paper that you're not so keen on. Yeah. Or if you buy a card pack, there's one colour and you think, well, that's not my colour, I don't like it. Those are the ones that I practice on. Okay. So use those bits and have a go. Just die cut them and see what they look like, see how big they are. Get a feel for how the die works before you go straight into your project, because there's nothing worse. You know, you have this great idea for a project and you jump straight in, and if you're anything like I am, it doesn't quite work out how you want, and then you get disheartened and you get into that cycle of, I can't do this, it's not for me. So yeah, have a practice. The first thing I do when I get a new die set is get some scrap card or paper and literally just cut out the dies and have a go and see what they look like, see what they do, see how they work. So we're literally just going to use that to anchor that little, it's like a little card booklet. Love this. And we'll just chop off those tatty ends that I've just been messing with. All right, and then out of the stamp set, I've just been sat playing colouring again and die cutting. We've got some of those little balloons out of the stamp set. So again, we've got some... so you get this with the collection, don't you? This stamp set? Yes, so that's quite nice. There's two different ones. Yes. So again, just going to pop one on there and one on here. It's a good job I'm not voting for the demo of the show, because I've changed my mind now. This is my favourite now. I love the boy one we saw a few moments ago with the sort of monotones there, but this one is now my new fave. Just to be different, Jan. Really, you've got elements in the collection that will stamp these bits on, but just for speed. And then of course I do like to decorate the insides here. So these are all scored, so that they will open up. And I'm going to pop this one in. Oh, look again. Oh, well cut. I'm going for my tape pen. Look, and I was obviously very prepared on this one. So I just got a happy birthday, which again is out of that stamp set. Yeah. Just to pop inside there. Little space for you to write your sentiment in. And then I couldn't make my mind up. So again, we'll have a yes or no from the gallery and from our Ben. What I've done is I've die cut those letters again out of a bit of scrap card. Yeah. And instead of leaving them intact, I've literally cut down the score line to make them individual letters. So do you think they will stand out better if we actually pop these? What do you think? Let's just put that on lightly and see. I think I prefer it without. What's the gallery? Johnny's saying without. Charlotte? With general consensus then, that's fine. We'll do them without. So again, just to show you can, if you wish, literally cut them out, and I've put them through the Xyron, but you can use a little bit of glue. Just did that one lightly, so I'm hoping it'll come back off again. There we go. And just save it without. So the general consensus is that it's without, and we've got that lovely sort of little booklet card there. Really cool. With those left fold alphabets showing that extra colour that you've got underneath there for Dad. Okay. Honestly, brilliant demos. I know, I was just looking back through, because there's so many comments again, so many comments. I'm not keeping up here, but there's so many comments saying how much people loved the last demo with the balloons. A lot of people particularly loving the kind of the black and white feel to it. Yeah. But now there's lots of lovely comments coming in about this one as well. Deborah on Facebook saying, Jan, you have such great ideas. Carol Coe on Facebook says, always love Jan's makes and how she demos. Fred 171 on YouTube says, I'm a Jan fan, shirts to follow. Oh, I say, this is getting better and better. This is getting exciting, isn't it? This would be great. Yeah, I like this. I might come again next week then. They'll be all waiting outside for their autographs. Oh, socially distanced, of course. You have to get one of those, those snazzy pens to sign all the autographs. Estella says, beautiful. Serenity says on YouTube, you are all enablers. I want everything. Shadiah saying, gorgeous, Jan. Love this idea, Jan, says Diane. Melissa says, referring to what the dad there, both ways are very nice. There's a lot of love. Which has been your favourite demo so far? Has it been the butterfly demo at the start of the show?
Maybe it was the balloon demo with the black and white, the birthday boy, or was it the dad card you saw just then? Get those nominations in, those votes in, because we are heading towards sort of the last half hour where we will be getting ready to make a decision as to what was the demo of the show. So just to quickly wrap up, so many alphabets here. This is the left fold alphabet. So this one, as you've seen, the concept is really simple, and hopefully now if you were one of those people that start going, this looks really difficult, how does it all work? Now you've seen how simple it is, you think to yourself, actually, I would quite like this collection. I love the idea of that left fold, of being able to kind of reveal a different colour underneath the letter, and again, being able to personalise all of your projects. So you get all the letters of the alphabet. Then you're going to get all of your numbers again as well with that left fold idea. You get your ampersand in there too. And just as Jan was showing you there in that last demo, you will get these little stamp and die sets included as well. So this one here is the, what's it actually called? It's called A Joyful Birthday. So that is where Jan got the balloons from in there, but you get stamps and dies to coordinate with each other. So that's balloons and cakes and bunting and all sorts going on there. And then in this one here, your joyful wishes, this is again hearts and flowers, and sorry, heartfelt wishes. This is your flowers and hearts and butterflies, some lovely sentiments in there as well, but it's stamps and dies too. So 56 elements there, plus your left fold alphabet and your left fold numbers. That's a great buy, £59 or $70. Again, we said it at the start, I'll say it again, whichever alphabet you're going for today, whether you're going for the butterflies, the left fold or the balloons, super handy to have an alphabet set within your crafty stash, because then you can personalize, then you can make cards for whoever it might be. If you've got someone, you know, with a name that you don't see every day, then you can do whatever you want because you've got the full alphabet. You know, if you want to be able to make a card for, like we saw, 17 or 23 or 29, you know, you see 18, 21, 40, 50, 60, whatever it might be. But with the numbers that you've got, you can make whatever number you want it to be. And that is why these collections are perfect. Lots of love for the balloon alphabet collection. Actually, we've got some lovely pictures coming in. Asma, Farouk, this is brilliant. I mean, this is just joyful, isn't it? Absolutely.
Isn't it just? I can see those papers from the paper pad there in conjunction with the stamps and the balloons. They're beautiful. That lovely combination.
The paper in the background there is the one that we both collectively went, this is a party in a paper
pad.
Yeah. Asma.
Fantastic.
Love that so much. Thank you. Victoria has sent us a couple of cards. Absolutely
wow,
gorgeous.
There's some colouring going on there, I think, isn't there?
I'll tell you what, when they say sort of less is more, certainly got that with that, haven't you?
That is really elegant looking, isn't it? Yeah.
Standing out, gorgeous.
Yeah.
And
is it quilling, I think, that one, isn't it? How cute. That is really cute. I like that, all done with the quilled paper.
Love that, Victoria. Thank you so much. Absolutely brilliant. And then Donna Garrity, so this is using the butterflies. Yeah,
that is lovely. I love anything pink and I'm drawn to it. Pinky peachy tones, love it. But how nice to receive something like that on a 90th birthday. That is gorgeous.
Will, again, one of our regular contributors.
There.
Love that.
Yeah, gorgeous. Really nice. Some lovely ideas.
Yeah. So great to see. Thank you so much for sending in all of your pictures, and there's still time. We'll probably do some more pictures before the end of the show. So if you've used any of these collections and you've made some projects, cards, home decor pieces, send those pictures in if you've got them, or whatever you're working on currently. We would love to see. Send in your pictures, send in your details as well, and yeah, we'll be able to show the rest of the world what you're working on. Right, the Spectrum Noir Harmony Opaque Pigment Ink Pads. Yes.
It's been practicing, haven't you?
I have. These are available for you on the show as well. So 13 piece collection here. You've got some gorgeous colours within these. So £50 or $70 is the deal here, saving $14.87 or $20.35. Just again, Jan, chat to us about these, because we saw these on the earlier show. And why are these so super handy to have within your collection?
We did. We've got 3 different ranges of the Harmony ink pads. So we started out with the water reactive, which are basically, as it says, they react with water. We've got quick dry, which again suggests on the name, they dry really quickly on the cardstock. And then the pigment ink. So the first 2 were dye-based inks, which is a man-made substance. These are pigment inks, which is a natural substance. You get a really nice depth depth of colour. And because they're pigment, they're very, very sticky. And we've actually put on there for blending and embossing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do some blending in the next demo. But you saw, if you were watching us earlier, we did a lot of clear embossing over the colours just to bring up and bring that sheen on it. So they stay wet long enough and they stay sticky for long enough that you can add your embossing powders to them, which take sort of to the next level because you get that lovely shiny surface on them, whether you're going to do the colours or whether you wanted to go, you know, with a different colour over the top of them. Absolutely perfect. But as I say, the blending capability, either with your blending tools or those little daubers, absolutely beautiful, and that's what we're going to come on to next.
So all 13 there you're going to get within this collection, £50, $70. Again, less your 20%. That price comes down even further for you, £40 or $56 on that deal. We're going to come to those in just a few moments' time. Debbie saying my favourite demo so far, Jan's balloon stamp demo. Oh wow, such a pretty card, says Christine, referring to the fold out letter card, the left fold card. And Laura saying I only started in July, can't believe it took me so long. CC has been my lifesaver. And Pam on Facebook saying I have these L-sided dies, still haven't used them yet. Wading my way through all the crafty buys, so must get round to these dies too. It's so funny to hear from you guys when you tell us that, you know, you bought things like months back and then not got them out of the packet or not used them, and you wait for the specific shows to come along. And also one more from Diane. A lot of you know I'm getting very excited about the snow. Is it here yet?
Oh.
No. I don't know. Diane says if you get the snow, be sure to make some snow cream. It's delicious. What's that?
Snow cream.
Dan, you need to expand on that, please.
Answers on a postcard.
What is that?
Snow cream. Not
Please.
heard of that.
Yeah, you have to let us, neither of us know.
Mine's gone into overdrive now.
I know. I'm very excited for the fact that I could be building snowmen and eating first thing in the morning as well. This is good news. Diane, what is snow cream, please? Or if anyone else can tell us, that would be great. Whilst we get ready to find out what that is, let's have a look at some more demos with Jan. So we're going to concentrate on these ink pads, yeah?
We are. We're going to have a look at those lovely ink pads. And again, I'm going to use them in conjunction with the quick dry. So I am lucky in that I have all the sets of ink pads because I'm like that and I have to have them all. I can't just pick a few out of them. So I am literally, I've got the ink, the opaque pigment inks, which I'm going to do the blending with, okay? And then I'm going to overstamp with the quick dry. So again, you get that little bit more depth of colour to go over the top. So I'll show you what I mean. So 2 ways for blending then. If I was just blending a small area, I'm just going to bring in my little pack of daubers again. So these are great for covering a more smaller area, or if you're wanting to apply ink to your stamp, you can use the daubers. So literally, they're just a little finger dauber which fit on the end there, and you can dab into your ink pad and you can do the blending. Now, because I want to cover a bigger area, I'm actually going to go to the bigger tools this time. So you get, I think we've got these on the show as well, Ben. Mm-hmm. You get the rectangular blending tools and you get the circular ones. Both do the same job, slightly bigger surface area with the rectangular ones. So again, I use these if I'm covering a larger area, tend to go down to these if it's a smaller area. One or the other works just the same. Personal choice, there's no right or wrong with them. You can work with either of them. So I'm going to start out with the larger one.
Okay.
And I've picked out 3 different ink pads. I've picked out Pink Tulip, which is the lightest of our pink selection, and this is one of my favourites. This is the darkest of the pink collection, which is Plum Jam. And then I've got the darkest one of the blue, which is Midnight. So that's my colour palette, and what I want to create is like an ombre effect. So I'm going to start at the top with more depth of colour and just go all the way down until I've got a little bit of white showing at the bottom. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to start with the Plum Jam and literally load up my ink tool. If you prefer, you can take the ink to your mat and you can scoop it up off the mat here, whichever you prefer. And then I'm going to start at the top of the card, and basically I just want to get some ink down. I'm not really bothered what it looks like at this point because I'm going to keep layering it until I've got the depth of colour. So just to go back to that ink pad again, and can you see how lush it is?
Oh yeah.
And it just moves beautifully over that smooth. You want a smooth cardstock again. I'm on the stamping card. It would work nicely on the Nina cardstock. So I prefer a smooth one. So I'm just going to come and I'm going to get lighter as I come down the card.
What's that, the Plum Jam, is it?
This is the Plum Jam.
Lovely.
Yeah, I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm a bit of a pink girl. at heart. I try not to reach for it all the time.
That's the thing, isn't it? When you've got a favourite colour, I guess you tend to go for the same.
Honestly, I've got so much stash that's pink. It's ridiculous. And then I'm going to come to the pink tulip. So I'm going to move down to my sort of circular one now because I've not got quite as big an area. And I'm going to start going over where that plum jam was. Now, it doesn't contaminate it, but you can see how it's actually giving you that gradient. I'm going right over the seam between the two. And you can see there, it's not contaminating my ink tool. And then I'm going to go right down almost to the bottom, but I actually want to sort of leave it fairly faint. So I'm taking the pressure off now, still going over it, but I'm barely, so here I was pressing on quite hard. Then I've got softer. Now I'm literally just sort of tickling the surface of the card there because I want that pink to stop at the end. And then the reason I got the blue out, okay, let's move those to one side. I'm just going to clear this off here for a second. So just bear with me a second.
Just whilst you're doing that, snow cream, Diane says, you take some fresh snow, not yellow. You take some fresh snow, sugar, vanilla flavouring and milk or cream, stir it all together and eat it.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
I've got to go to the supermarket on the way home, so I might just get some of those
Just
ingredients.
be prepared, yeah, be prepared. Oh, for this snow that's coming, honestly.
Johnny, it's 100% chance of snow. Don't you do me down on me snow. It's 100% chance of snow from 9 till 9. I'm getting snow and I'm eating it.
So the actual not dark blue one, when I come over the top of here, because we've got pink underneath and the blending capability, we're going to get the purpley tone, which is what I was after to do the ombre effect.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to try it first with the residue ink that's in my blending tool. I may need to go back into the ink, but just to start off with, because I only want a little bit, I'm just going to go with what's on the ink tool, and I'm going to hold the rest of it with a little bit of paper towel because I don't want my fingerprints in the ink, which if I rest on it, they will literally lift the ink. So just here, and then I want to go round this top edge, and can you see how it's just darkening it again with the blue? But because I'm going over the pink, we've got that sort of purpley shade at the top. And this is one of the beauties. You can do this with your water reactive inks, but I love the opaque ones for the blending as well. So you can see we've got that lovely ombre effect going down there back to the white at the bottom. So that's the blending. And then we're going to come into the stamping. So let me move those to one side, and I've got exactly the same colours now in our quick dry inks. So again, like we talked about earlier, I said these give you a little bit more depth of colour. So when we overstamp, you're going to be able to see it over here. So what I've done is I've picked a stamp out of my stash, and this can be any stamp that you want. I just happen to have picked a nice floral out here. So let me just take that out. And then I'm going to position this at the bottom here. I need my stamping plate again. You can see how useful this is as a tool. I know we've not got it in stock at the moment, but those of you that have got it, it is a really good, useful tool. So I'm going to pop that on there, just line it up with the grid on there. And then what I want to do is bring this one pretty much down to the bottom there. Line it up, pick it up with your pad there, and I'm going to start with the lightest ink at the bottom, which was the pink tulip. Yeah. And I just want to go probably about 2/3 up the stamp. I'm not inking it all up. I've left the top bit blank. All right, so I'm going to go down onto here now with that pink tulip over where the pink tulip pigment ink is. And we're going to get that overstamping showing underneath there. Can you just see how it's coming out to the bottom here? Okay. And then I'm going to go back in with the plum jam, which was the dark at the mid-tone, over that top edge of the stamp there. And I'm just going to blot that line so that there's not a definite line, and then fill in the top section with that gradient of colour. Okay. So now you can see where the second part's coming in. Oh yeah. Okay. So just get rid of that spare ink, and then I'm going to move my stamp onto another part of the design. So literally turn it around so that it fits, and then we're going to go here. So same again, pick it up. I'm going to go with the pink tulip down at the bottom again, and we'll do both of these together just to speed it up a little bit. And then I'm going to go with the plum jam on the top part. All right.
It's a shame we haven't got this in stock. There's lots of people, including Cheryl, saying how much they love their magnetic stamp press. Sadly, yes, don't have it in stock currently. But if you go to our website and click on it, you can get a notification sent to you, which will let you know when it's back. I don't know personally when it's going to be coming back in stock, but you can be one of the very first to know if you just click on it to get that notification. It's a super handy bit of kit and well loved as well, I think, by lots of you.
Just bring that a little bit lower down to go over that where the ink's a bit darker.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move it once more. So again, we'll just give it a quick clean off. And this is the beauty of having the platform. You could do this with an ordinary stamping tool.
Yeah.
Literally then, we'll just move the magnet so that I can get this into place. I'll just go for the one there, because I've got one that I actually prepared, but you'll get the idea with this. Pick it up again, and then when we get right to the top, I'm going to forget the pink tulip now because we've come up out of that area. So pop that one to one side, and at the bottom this time, I'm going to put the plum jam, and at the top, I'm going to bring in the midnight. So again, we're inking up the stamp with the two colours. And because that midnight bit's going up into the top section, we're going to get that into that area there. So again, just by using a combination of them, can you see that gradient as it's moving up? So you get the idea with it. If I bring you, there's a little bit more stamping on the one that I've done at home, but you can get the same idea where we've gone from the pink tulip into the plum jam and then into that navy at the top, the midnight one, which has got that purple hue to it. All right, so I'll go with that one. Move that out of the way, and then I'm going to keep this really, really simple. And again, I keep talking about the black cardstock just to set off that design.
It really works though, doesn't it?
Oh, she's here again, look.
Hello.
Mrs. Tape at the ready.
Dear.
Oh my days. I'm going to give myself a star when I get home today.
I think you should go to the top of the class,
for
Jan.
all this.
This is unbelievable.
Surprising myself today. So that one's going to go just with that little white, little black border around there. And then what I've done is I've stamped the sentiment that I wanted to use in vellum, which I was supposed to wrap round before I did that, but we'll go with that anyway. Just literally to go over the top there in the middle. So I've got a couple of lines in there because that was supposed to go around the inside, but we'll go with that. She's here again, look. Do you know,
the thing is, you're setting high standards for the next time you're here, Jan.
I know, I think
people are taking note. All of those Jan fans in the Jan fan club, you know, they'll be...
I don't think I've ever been so organised. It's because I know I've got a lot of shows coming up, you see, so I need to get everything organised. So that's that one, and then I'm just going to re-stick where I've put the vellum on. And then literally pop that onto here. Just a card blank. And then literally, I just want to keep it like that just to show off that ink in there. So if we show you that, let me move these out of the way, show you that there. Just that gradient. So in the background, we've got those lovely pigment inks. And then I've used the same family of colour in the quick dry to get that depth of colour over the top, just making that ombre effect. And then just a little sentiment. So you don't need a lot more than that. You know, if you wanted to make quick cards, you could batch make the backgrounds and then literally pop them all together at the end.
Phenomenal. If you want to be able to recreate that, details on your screen of those ink pads. Lots of love for that demo. Michelle Knits for you on YouTube says, I have to try that, Jan. Nice. And lots of love for all the demos coming in. Just to give you a bit of a flavour. Again, I think, producer Johnny, you might have to top these up. Amanda's saying, my favourite is the butterfly card, so much that I've purchased the whole collection. Well done, Amanda. You're going to absolutely love working with that. Diane's saying, love them all. It's going to be hard to decide. Marie on Facebook saying, Jan's eye for small details in a card or any make is phenomenal. Too hard to pick a favourite, but butterflies sway me to that. Fred says the balloons have my vote. Dawn on Facebook says the dad card. Eleanor on Facebook saying it's hard to pick the best one between cards. I love all of them. And loads of love for that last demo. Sharon on Facebook saying, wow, 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 stunning, Jan. Helen says, that looks so classy. And Kay says, love it, so delicate and pretty. Get those votes in. Which has been your favourite card of the show? We've got just over 15 minutes to go, which means we'll have time to squeeze in one more demo.
One more, do you think?
Which is going to be with these butterflies. I think it's the first time, certainly if it's the, if I've worked with these before, it's only the second time. I absolutely love these. Star of the show so far, and I think certainly the collection which you are going for the most. I love the idea of these because actually all about the personalization once again, isn't it? If you can get an alphabet set within your crafting collection, you're away really, because you've got the ability to be able to you know, craft names. You've got the ability, you know, with this collection to be able to craft you know, ages on there as well, and ones which you wouldn't necessarily normally be able to find. And the great thing about this is, we saw in the earlier demo, you've got the ability to use the two dies together to kind of cut yourself out the background. So in this case, we've got that black background, then you've got the die to cut out the letter and the gorgeous butterfly as well, which you can then manipulate the wings on these to be able to give this, you know, your card, your project, even more kind of depth, if you like, because you can pop the wings up out of the letters. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. You're getting the full list of capitals. You've got your ampersand there as well. Then, as Jan was using on her first demo when she did the hello card earlier on, you've got all of the lowercase. Once again, the ability to be able to have the background there, so it allows you to pop that number out, so, you know, make it jump out of the card even more. The beautiful butterfly detailing on there too, once again. And with this collection, you'll also get the numbers too. So 0 to 9, of course, allowing you full personalization. Not only that, but with this collection, you do get some stamps as well. I'll just show you this very quickly, because if you're looking and thinking to yourself, well, how have you got the ability to kind of stamp in those butterflies? You've got corresponding stamps within this collection to be able to stamp your butterflies should you want to do that. And then also these stamp collections contain other little bits and pieces as well. So you've got the flowers there, you've got the leaves, you've got some beautiful patterns on there as well. If you want to create your own backgrounds, you've got the ability to be able to do that as well. And then more butterfly detailing. Love that that sort of honeycomb design as well. Really, really gorgeous. So those stamps are included with this collection. It's 141 elements in total, and a real worthwhile collection to go for, because, as I say, it's one which you'll use for lots of different occasions. And I'll just show it one more time. I know he's out there now, actually, getting ready for Craft Vault, because remember, this isn't the last show of the day. Oh no! We've got another hour coming up, 7 o'clock UK time. Yeah. Normally by now, got someone to start my car. Start the car, he's out, he's gone. No, not anymore. We're here for another hour later on. But this is Craig's. Yes, and he made this for you. So this normally hangs on the wall at his house. But again, it just shows you that these are absolutely perfect for home decor pieces as well. I think this is a prime example of that. So versatile, this collection. £100 or $125 is a deal on it today. You're saving $26.95 or $41.95. And of course, you can take another 20% off that. So £80 or $100. Fantastic value for money. Right, your job over the course of the next 10 minutes is to decide which demo you love the best and get your votes in. We'll top those all up. And whilst you're doing that, keep an eye on Jan, because she's got her final demo with this wonderful collection.
Yeah, we're going to go back to those butterflies again. So I'm going to use the numbers this time. We use the, at the top of the show, we use the alphabet.
Yes.
And this is what we did at the top of the show with the hello die, using the uppercase and the lowercase. So I thought for the second one, we'll use the numbers just to show you. It works with the same principle. So you get a full set of numbers in there. So we've got 0 all the way through to 9. To show you those there. And this is the one that I was saying, Ben, that I was going back to an age that I'd perhaps like to be. So I've actually picked out 43.
43?
I thought that would be a nice age to be again, I must admit. I was being reasonable. I didn't want to go too far back and make it unrealistic.
Well, but by picking 43, you're making me think that you're a lot older than you look, and that's meant in a nice way.
Oh, bless you.
I thought you were going to pick like late 20s.
Oh no, 43. I thought, as I say, be realistic.
Okay.
So, just like you saw at the top of the show if you were watching, I'm going to do the same with the mats and then the numbers. If you've just joined us more recently, this is really as simple as it gets with those numbers.
Okay.
So what I want to do is with the outline dies, I'm going to create the mat layer. Okay, so we're going to stick those down with a little bit of tape so that they don't move. And then we're going to cut the numbers at the same time. So we'll pop that one on there. And these are sides so that those numbers just fit over the top and leave a little bit of border showing underneath. So we'll pop those on as well. Should be able to put those on like so.
That's my
so
age
these are
next
just
year,
scraps. And for this one, I've used one of the other paper pads. This is the navy. I think it's a navy and blush.
Navy and blush, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, gorgeous pearlised paper, and then a plain one to go with it that picks out the colour tones to mat and layer with. It's beautiful paper and cardstock.
Yeah, best thing to do is check the web because we've got a full collection of those beautiful paper pads available for you. They're all there. Do have a look. At our website, crafterscompanion.com.co.uk.au. There's some lovely, lovely collections there. $19.99 or $24.99 a deal on those.
Right, so we'll pop all those to one side, and then I need all my elements out of there. Pop the dies to one side. So we've got our number 4 there, out of the pearlized, and we've got the 3. Okay, and then we've got the background pieces. So that bit's rubbish. Pop that there. That bit's rubbish.
Was 43 a particularly good year for you, Jan, or something? Or was it just a...
Well, it was just, I don't know, I just picked some numbers. I was sort of like, I just wanted to make something. Again, going back to that sort of, all what I call the 0 birthdays are easy to find, you know, the 30s, 40s, 50s, etc. The 18th and 21st are quite easy to find. But then when you come to a different number, you can't always find those in the shops. And it was basically just to say, you know, you can create whatever you want. And I just picked 2 numbers literally, and I thought, well, 34 was pushing it a bit, really is. So I thought 43 is perhaps a bit more realistic. So that's where we ended up, yeah. Okay. So again, you can see there that we've got that lovely matte layer, and then these are made just right size to fit over the top there and actually leave a border all the way around. See those there like that. Perfect. So that's where we're heading with those. And then what I've done is I've cut them again in white. So just scrap card, this is just scrap stamping card, and we'll take them out of there. We don't need that piece. And I'm going to show you that trick again for stamping with them. So for one last time, we're going to bring that platform back in again. I'm going to get my dotty tape pen back and literally just a little tiny bit on the back, just as an anchorage point. And then I'm going to pop these on here, and this will then allow me to line up my stamps and be able to overstamp. So let me just think, they look like the slightly larger ones, I believe. So let's pop that one and have a look. Yeah, that's the one. So just choose one of the butterflies, and I'm going to literally line it up over the top there. Just be careful, just spend a second getting it in the right place. Yeah. Pop that on there, and then I'm going to bring back in my blue quick dry ink, because literally it does what it says on the tin. It dries quick. So I want that dark blue to pick out the blue from the background. That one's going to go on there. And you can see then how it overstamps. And then I literally just want to pull that one off and reposition it on the 3 so that we can get one on there as well. Okay, so again, back in there, pick it up, little bit of ink, and then we're going to pop that one. And I just want the butterflies here, I don't want anything else. All right, so take that one off. And then we've got this one, and again I'm going to snip away. So look away now, because I've got to snip his antennae off. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. And I've got to snip his little body off. Oh, poor thing. And I just want the butterflies to go lay over the top. So again, same again, ouch.
No butterflies were hurt in the making of this demo.
I know. I really feel bad when I'm doing this. I feel guilty. So we just want those 2. So let's move that one out of the way there for a second, and then we'll stop and pop these together. All right, so again, whoops, I'll use this one for speed. So again, if you want the whole of the butterflies to lift up, then leave the wings free of adhesive.
Yeah.
But I actually want the base here, so I'm going to pop a little bit of double-sided tape on the back of all of it there, and then that one is going to stick in here. So again, you've just got enough of a border around the edge to line it all up. And you can see that blue just pops out around all of it there.
Gorgeous.
Oops. That little bit in place there. And then we'll do the same with the number 4. So again, little bit on the back of it all. Whoops, it's alive. My butterfly's trying to fly away.
Not
Says,
surprised.
"You just butchered my brother." I'm going to try to get away from you. And again, just pop it into place. Literally get that edge so that you've got a little border all the way around there. Okay, and then we're going to stick, and what I've done is I've actually done these and just coloured. If you can just see these two, it's exactly what we've just done.
Yeah.
So this is where we got to. And then all I've done is add a little bit of colour with one of my glitter pens that picked up the pink again, just for the coordination.
Perfect.
Little gem in the middle again. So I'm just going to pop those in the centre there. So a little tiny bit of adhesive in the middle there, and then literally I've got to pop the card together. So we've gone gatefold again on this one.
Okay.
All right, so it's got a little bit of a fancy bit on the front, but that was just me getting carried away. So right, 43, Jan, not 34. So we've got, I've done the inside part. So again, this is the paper from the paper pad. I've added a little bit of stamping from one of those stamp sets. And then again, as always, I've just stamped a little piece with a sentiment and cut that out with one of our square nesting dies to go in the centre there. And then the side panels are literally just mats and layers for the sides, but then I've added these two pieces. All right, just got a bit fancy on the edges there, but this is where my numbers are going to go on here. So we'll stick these down. So I just want glue on the back panels here.
I think you said it already, but that is the navy blush paper pad if you wanted to recreate this. Yeah.
So these are just cut again, that 1/4 of an inch smaller than here. And then we'll open that one up and do this one. How are we doing for time? Are we okay?
Got a couple of minutes or so, I think. The navy blush details bottom of your screen there. There you go. 30 sheets, 12 by 12, 19.99 or 24.95. The full collection, if you've seen those before, of the pattern paper pads and the textured paper, textured cardstock is on the website, all at 19.99 or 24.95.
So depending on which way you want it to open, I think it will open both ways, but we've got the 4 and the 3. So you can have it open, whoops, we can go that way together, or it probably will go that way together.
That's brilliant.
So whichever way you want to go. I think I'd intended it to go that way. So you've got your 43, you've got a little bit of glue there, 43 on the front there with a bit of decoration, and then when you open up, you've got your birthday wish inside there. So just to finish off with those lovely butterfly alphabets, and then you've got this 3D element where the wings of the butterflies will just lift that little bit. Okie dokes.
For me, Jan, you've done it again because you did this in the last show. You've
saved the best for last.
You've saved the best till last, and no one's got enough time to vote for that one. But honestly, some brilliant demos once again from our Jan.
Thank you.
If you want to go for this collection, remember you get the full uppercase and lowercase alphabet. You're going to get the numbers included with that as well. £100 or $125. Let's quickly have a look then. If you can quickly recap in the last couple of minutes on the cards that you've made during this show, Jan, we can do a bit of a walk of fame and then we can announce the winner because there's been lots of votes. You started off with the
We started off with
one,
the butterfly alphabets to begin the show. Top of the show, we did the letters. So we had a mixture of uppercase and lowercase on that lovely orange paper pad there. So we'd got hello with the greeting inside there to match. So that was number 1. Number 2 was the balloon alphabet. So we did the sort of almost neutral. We just had that pop of red there, made the Easel card. I wanted to keep that fairly neutral with that gorgeous little balloon animal on there. That was number 2. Number 3 was the left fold alphabet, where we had that lovely dad. Yeah,
love
so that's that one.
Okay.
Then we did the stamping technique with the pigment inks. All right, and then the last one was that lovely gatefold butterfly with the numbers this time, and then you've got your sentiment inside.
Well, I tell you what, once again, there have been comments galore. I think that if that one, that card there, was done that first, that might have been the winner, but there's not been enough time to get the votes in on that one. But producer Johnny has been playing with his abacus.
Has he?
Yep. And he's been adding them up.
He's been totting them up.
Yeah, yep. And I can reveal the winner is... We should get a sound effect for this, really, shouldn't we? The dad card!
Yeah, fantastic. So that was that one with the left fold alphabets then. Well done.
Love that. Yeah, thank you for all your votes. Again, that will be popped on our little crafty Walk of Fame. And if you want to recap on that, Second Chance Sunday, we'll show you all of the kind of winning makes from the week, recap on the show so you can re-watch them, and of course crown the overall winner on Sunday's show with Joe. Honestly, the last couple of hours and the previous 2 hours of our launch day have absolutely flown by. Jan, I love your kind of the way that you demo. It's always very easy to follow. Not that you know other people's demos aren't, but I don't know. I love the way that. Oh, I feel like I'm at school.
You feel you're at school?
Yeah.
Got my teacher hat on, yeah. No, I try and break it down because, as I say, it really sort of bothers me when people say, oh, I can't do that.
Yes.
So it is our job to break it down, and we're all the same on the team, break it down into manageable sections, and hopefully that's what comes across. That's my job. That's what I love doing, and that teaching element comes in there. I used to teach the classes at the store when we were at the Chesterfield store. So, you know, I've got a lot of experience of teaching classes, and I did run my own class as well, which sadly isn't going ahead at the moment. I know some of my ladies are out there watching, so if you are, I miss you too, guys. But yeah, it is basically take it into the stages, break it down into sections. Key sort of, when you get your dice, have a play with them. Don't jump straight into a project. Just have a play, see what they do, and then take it from there. But yeah, thank you for all the comments. Absolutely love it and appreciate every single one of them.
When are you next back?
I am back on Monday. Not so far away this time. I think I have Monday Makers on Monday afternoon.
Lovely. Well, we should look forward to that. Safe travels. Enjoy the snow.
Oh, I shall. I'm hoping to get home before it starts. I shall be waiting anxiously for the photograph of the snowman.
And me eating snow cream as well.
Cream,
I'm still not quite sure whether that's a wind-up or not, but we'll find out, won't we? Jan, thank you so much. Listen, if you've got anything in your cart, make sure you check it out because it's not yours until you do. And stay tuned. Don't forget, that's not the end of it. Oh, no. We're off for another hour. I shall go outside and see if we've got any snow just now. And then we'll be back with you in an hour's time. Myself and Craig going to be bringing you the final live show of the day, which is our craft vault. We have got some seriously good deals to bring to you, so make sure you join us in an hour's time. But for now, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. We'll see you in a bit.